everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So this is quite a long video because I'm going through all the steps. So I'm starting off with prepping the nails, showing you how I would prep my nails, from pushing back the cuticles to using some of the cuticle e-file bits and then nipping some cuticles away. So some people are a wee bit sort of, should we nip cuticles away or should we just leave them? I feel myself personally that if the cuticles are, if they're white, then it's obviously dead skin and they're safe to cut away. There is the argument that the more you cut them away, the more they'll come back, but it's just something that I do at the start of my services. I always do the cuticle work, and it's strange that I've had some clients come in and say that some of the salons that they've been to, they don't do that, especially when it's one of the first things that you're taught whenever you join a nail course. So I have got my e-file on quite a slow speed, so I've pushed back all my cuticles, and I put in a cuticle natural nail bit, so it's not very abrasive, it's very small, and it's very easy to get around that cuticle and down the side walls. So once I've used that, I use it on front speed and reverse speed so that I can go from side to center on each side. And once I've done all that, then you can see clearly what kind of cuticle is dry and you can nip it away. So the fact that whenever you nip it away, the skin is white, and when you nip it away, it doesn't leave any blood, that's how you know that that is dead tissue. So once I've done that, I just take, this is a used 180 grit file, so you don't want to be going in with a brand new 180 grit file because it's far too abrasive for your natural nails. But because this has been used, it's probably very similar now to a 240 grit file. So it's quite safe to go in with a brand new 240 grit file to prep your nails because it's not too abrasive. So you want to make sure that you prep all the nails, you go all over the full surface just to remove any shine, because where there's shine on the nails, it means it indicates that there's oil on your nails. So if you want to prevent lifting, etc., you want to make sure that you've done your prep properly. So in this video, for a change, instead of using acrylic, I'm going to be sculpting out the nails using Naio Nails Acrygel. I absolutely love working with this product. It is so easy to work with and so easy to file, and you have the strength of the acrylic with it. So because it is an Acrygel, there is a gel element in it, we do need to apply a base coat. So this is just, this is Cutico's gel polish base coat, and I'm just placing that on before I go ahead and pop the forms on. So I will cure that base coat in my LED lamp for 60 seconds. So I am going to sculpt out these nails. So I'm using the new Glitterbels Floral forms. These are really great because there's actually a perforated section in them that you can split them down to salon length nails, or keep them the length that they are if you want to have some super long nails. So really great idea that you can split them up. So I have put the rest of the forms already on my fingers because they're all put on the same way, and again, I like to keep the video length down for you guys. I've already applied the forms and the Acrygel to my little finger because I have arthritis in that finger and it is really bent and out of place. So to do it on video, it's really awkward. You'll probably notice that, while I'm putting it on the rest of the fingers, you can probably see how bent my finger is. So yeah, I prefer to do it off camera. So the Acrygel, this is from Naio Nails, and it's the shade Tempting Fate, and I absolutely love it. So the Acrygel from Naio Nails actually comes in a tube, but I did a video not that long ago because there's so much wastage in the tubes. So I have decanted all the tubes into these little jars, and you basically fill the jars from what is left in the tube that you cannot squeeze any more out of. So if you want, I'll link this video, I'll link that video at the end of this video so you can see what I mean. So to give it the slip solution, I'm just using normal isopropyl alcohol. I cannot speak today. And I'm using that so that the product doesn't stick to my brush. So I am sculpting them out fairly long, so I will go in and I'll apply a second bead of the Acrygel once I've cured this one, and that one will be the cuticle area and then the apex. So this first layer is literally just for the length and the shape. So onto the middle finger, and I have already cured the ring finger in the lamp for 30 seconds. It's not a full cure, it would be a 1 minute, a 60-second cure for this Acrygel, or 2 to 3 minutes if you were doing it in a UV lamp. So the reason that I went ahead and cured is, for those of you my regular viewers, you know how clumsy I am, and there is literally 100% chance that I would knock them or smudge them if I did them all together. Not only that, my little studio is really warm, and this product, it's not very forgiving whenever it's warm. And especially with my hands being so warm, it just kind of starts to slide off. So I prefer, when I'm doing them on my own nails and not on a client's nails, I prefer to cure them each time I do one finger. So you can see I keep dipping my brush into the slip solution, which is the alcohol, and I just pat and push that product into place. So this is a great product to work with. You know, it's got the strength of the acrylic, it has the versatility of the gel, and the fact that it won't cure until it goes into the lamp. So you've got all the time that you need to get your shape right, or, build your apexes, etc. I absolutely love it, and it literally, for those of you of my viewers who work with hard gel, you will know exactly what I mean about filing this. Filing hard gel compared to acrylic, oh, it's a dream. I love working with acrylic, but sometimes to file it, oh, it can be just so hard sometimes. And when you go from acrylic to a hard gel, when you start to file it, oh my goodness, it's just so much softer and easier to file. So moving on now to the pointer finger, and I just want to say, before I pick up any product from the little jar, I dip my spatula into the alcohol, and that way the product won't stick to the spatula whenever I place it on the nails. So again, I'm dipping my brush into the alcohol every time I feel that it starts to drag a little bit. So I'm just pushing and patting it all into place and brushing it right down. I'm spreading that Acrygel as far as I can. And as I said, earlier, I am going to go back in and do the cuticle beads and build up some of the apexes as well. So going back now to the middle finger, and I'm going to do that cuticle bead and the apex. So I've just placed it right sort of where the natural nail bed ends, and that would be the start of my apex, because that is where the stress point of the nail would be. And I'm just pushing and patting it back around the cuticle area and just blending the rest of it in to the previous Acrygel that I have applied. And I'm just going to try and keep that apex in place as much as I can, and then I'll cure them all, doing a full cure for 60 seconds. So onto the thumb, and again I'm going to do this in 2 layers. So I've picked up quite a large bit of the Acrygel, and you can see that I'm pushing it right back to the cuticle area, and I'm going to spread it down. I am using the nails to a size number 8 on the nail form, so it is quite long. So what I'm going to do with this first bead is just try and get it right down to the number 8, and then I'll go in and do what I did on the rest of them, and go back in with the second bead and build up the cuticle area and the apex. So again, with the second bead, I've placed that over the stress area and apex area of the nails, and then I will push it back again to the cuticle area, making sure that I'm getting it nice and flush with my brush, and then I'll blend the rest of the Acrygel into the already cured Acrygel. So you don't need to go ahead and apply another base coat to put in your second bead, because the Acrygel, when it cures, it has an inhibition layer, so it has a tacky layer, the same as most gels. So I'm just using that layer to adhere the second layer of the Acrygel. So once they're all cured, I need to go over them with some alcohol just to remove that tacky layer. Now that all the Acrygel has been cured, I cured them in my LED lamp for 60 seconds. Again, if you're curing them in a UV lamp, it can take 2 to 3 minutes. Just before I start my normal filing routine, I'm going in with some alcohol, and I'm just wiping away that inhibition layer. So I'm going to start off by doing my normal filing routine. I'm only going to show one of the nails being filed though, because they're all done the same way and I don't like the videos to be too long. So I always start at the side walls, I make sure they're nice and straight, then I go to the lower arch, which is what I'm doing now, and I make sure that's nice and straight and then coming out in line with the natural nail. Once I've done that, I go to the free edge, make sure that's nice and straight and the shape that I want it, and then I go to the cuticle area and make sure that's nice and flush. Once I've done all that, I go over the rest of the nail, taking out any obvious lumps and bumps, and all the time I'm always filing up towards that apex to keep the height of the apex, because that is where the strength of your nail is. If that apex is too low or too high, they can just completely change the balance of your nails. So it might look a little bit different because obviously I'm filing my own nails, and you know, I seem to be, when I'm filing, especially my non-dominant hand, instead of moving the file, I tend to sometimes move my hand. I find that it's much easier. And I use that little armrest as well, because obviously when you're filing your own nails, you have no support. So I use this little armrest here, and I can support one side of the nail whenever I'm filing it. So I'm going to let you watch the rest of this nail being filed and shaped, and I'll come back after that. So this is a quick still of all the nails filed and shaped, and then I'll get into doing the artwork. So I am going to be doing marble on a few of the nails, so I'm going to use a blooming gel. This is a new one for me. This is White Gloss from Glitterbels from their gel polish, and this is Tears of Gold. So the other colours that I'm going to use are from Halo, and it's their, I think, neon pink and their bubblegum pink. So to do the marble, I've got just a little stamping plate, and I'm putting some of each colour of the gel polish onto the plate, and then I'll get my little dotting tool and I'll mix them all together. So I'm just going to put a thin layer of the blooming gel over the nails that I'm going to do a marble. I won't cure those. You need to have that uncured layer so that marble can kind of start to soften out a little bit more. I think it gives you a better look than just putting the gel polish on the nail and kind of doing the marble yourself. Just by using this blooming gel, it just creates such a gorgeous soft marble effect. So I'm using a flat edge gel brush, and I'm just scooping up some of that gel polish and placing it onto the nail in like one of my squiggly movements that I do. I really have to apologise for this, that some of the parts of this video are out of frame. I think I've just got them that close up to my face so I can see what I'm doing, that it's come out of the frame of the video. Some of the Tears of Gold gel polish got a little bit lost in that marble, so I'm just popping some of it onto another stamping plate. I'm going in with my little detailing brush from Glitterbels, and I'm just adding some more of that gold. So here's a quick glimpse of the marble nails that I've done, and I'm now going to go in and do the nail artwork on the ring finger and the pointer finger. So to do this, I'm using my super long striping brush. I love this brush. I've had this brush years, and I think I would cry if anything happened to it. It is so good for doing straight lines. You can see that even with the nails being so long, as soon as I place this little striping brush onto the nail plate, it literally does that line for me. So I absolutely love it. So on the ring finger, what I'm doing is like a chevron French, and I'm going to keep using that striping brush. I do try and do it with this gel brush to get some of the white painted in the rest of the nail, but it's just gone on too wishy-washy, and I decided then just to use that striping brush to put it on, and it worked perfect. Before I go ahead and cure this white gel polish, I'm going to add some of that iridescent glitter on it. Onto the pointer finger now, and instead of going in with the white, I'm going to go in with that bubblegum pink, and I'll also be using like a shimmery pink glitter as well. now that I've done the chevron in the pink, I'm going in with this glitter. This is from CJP and it's their loose glitter and it's called Baby Girl. Moving on to the thumb now, and this is going to be another marble, so I'm just going ahead and I'm placing some more of those coloured gel polishes onto my little stamping plate, and then I'll go in with my little dotting tool and mix them all together. Again, the same as the other fingers, before I place the gel polish on, I'm putting down a layer of the blooming gel. At least this time the thumbnail is a bit better in view for you to see what I was actually doing. So again, I'm going in with some more of that Tears of Gold and just adding a little bit more gold to the nails. So while the nails are still tacky, I'm going to go ahead and apply some of this gold leaf, and then I'll press it flat with this little brush, and then I'm ready for my top coat. So the top coat I'm using is from Nail Perfection and it's their Velvet Matte Top Coat. At the minute, I absolutely love matte nails. They are my favourite, and I think doing them over marble nails, oh my goodness, they are just so pretty. So I absolutely love it when I'm putting the gold leaf and everything on. Oh, it's so much nicer than gloss, but again, that's my personal preference. Now that the top coat is all on, I'm going to go ahead and apply some rhinestones. So lately, when I've been putting rhinestones on the nails, I've been using a thick top coat from Halo, and I think it just holds them really well. I had been using CJP's gripper glue before that, but with the heat of my little studio, it was just drying far too quickly. So I've started using this and it's been working out great. The nails that have the marble on them, I'm just going to be doing like a cuff around the cuticle area. And then on the two chevron nails, I'm going to do like a rhinestone necklace on them. And here is the finished set, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Hit that like button and I will see you all in the next video. So take care. See you soon. Bye.